Hey, what's up? I was gonna review Dr. Mike going vegan for 30 days, but then I saw Unnatural Vegan's response to his video, so of course then I thought why not just debunk both of them at the same time.
So Dr. Mike, you might be familiar with Dr. Mike. He is a doctor and also a YouTuber, and he went vegan for 30 days and just posted a video about that. So he starts by saying that a vegan diet can be healthy for anyone as long as it's a good vegan diet, right? As long as you're doing vegan the right way. He does say that
There is no
vegan
right
is
way.
not the only
We all know
way
that.
to be healthy.
Some of the loudest voices in the vegan community are quick to say that veganism is the only healthy option. That's not the case. There are several other healthy diets out there. For example, the Mediterranean diet.
There's only one natural diet.
That are just as healthy, if not healthier, than the vegan diet.
I talk about this a lot on this channel, that there's no good evidence that a balanced vegan diet is healthier than a balanced plant-based diet with some animal products. And even if it is indeed
Any diet that
healthier,
does
it's
meat has over
unlikely to be
15 more
healthier to
nutrients than a
any
vegan diet.
significant degree. You know, like the same difference that we see when comparing, say, your typical American diet that is very low in healthy plant foods to a vegetarian or vegan diet that's very high in plant foods. This is when we see these huge, reductions in disease.
The more plants you eat, the less nutrients you get. The more unhealthy it is.
A vegan diet to be healthier than
the vegan diet is the least nutritious diet there is.
The best reason
There's no other diet that doesn't have over 50 nutrients. It's a joke.
The vast majority of meat, dairy, eggs, etc. come from factory farms where the level of suffering is unimaginable.
Irrelevant. No need to support them.
Cases of workers, abusing the animals, going out of their way to harm
appeal
animals.
to emotional slaves.
Are that even these humane farms are anything but, and often these animals are.
His video is about health, and you talk about ethics, religious bullshit.
Care about animals,
completely irrelevant to the video.
There are plenty of other reasons to avoid animal products. Climate change is an obvious one. Antibiotic resistance is another
No
one.
proof.
I go into greater detail on these problems and other issues in this video. Mike also talks about not generally recommending a vegan diet to his patients. He says that if someone comes to him and is interested in being vegan, then he will support them and encourage them to eat a vegan diet healthfully. But he's not just going to recommend a vegan diet to anyone interested in nutrition or just like as
he has a little bit of common sense left.
Again, in terms of human health alone, I think he's right. And I think it would be unethical for him to tell patients that the only way to be healthy is to eat a vegan diet. That's just not evidence-based. On the other hand, the diet that Dr. Mike promotes, this Mediterranean diet, will also help with these issues. Any diet that is plant-based, that promotes eating more plants than animal products. Basically, we need clean meat. We need clean meat and more plant-based meat options that are actually affordable and tasty, because some of them aren't. He says that there's no miracle diet for everyone.
Okay, just to explain, anybody can look this up. People in South Italy, for example, they eat high-fat cheese, a lot of cheese, even rotten cheese with maggots. Yes, that's what they eat, and that's why they are healthy. It's sort of like high meat. Lots of processed sausages also, but a lot of meat, even if it is processed in some way. Lots of raw meat also, fatty fish, not fucking salads, potatoes, and bread, whatever they want to tell you. That's not what the people there eat. It's absolute bullshit. All of the people who live in the blue zones eat a high animal fat diet. No exceptions.
Which is absolutely true, at least in terms of weight loss. The evidence is pretty clear that diets are equally effective, which is to say not very effective, because most people just can't stick with any diet long term. He says that not having a big appetite for vegetables and grains and
of course, it's unnatural and unappetizing.
To get enough calories. Usually if you're going from a typical diet to a vegan diet, you're going to be eating more volume and more fiber than you're used to, which can lead you to feel like, full, at least in the moment. And so you end up eating, what you think is a lot of food.
It's very uncomfortable. That's not how we are supposed to feel.
Or like Mike said, eating
you
only
season the
grains
shit out of the food
produce
just to swallow it.
I don't want to eat more of this. I don't want to eat more beans and broccoli and rice. This is why mock meats can be very, very useful. The ones that taste good, at least. And the ones that actually have protein.
Look up the ingredients.
Rice burgers, jackfruit pulled pork, can fuck right off. One reason that people cite over and over and over again for not staying vegan is not feeling satisfied, even when they're getting enough calories. And eating a lower protein diet can absolutely play a part in this. I personally aim for at least 15 grams of protein per 400 calories. Ideally, 20 grams of protein per
Plant
400
protein
calories,
is
so that's like
meaningless
75
because
to
they
100
have
grams of
protein inhibitors.
Now,
It doesn't
for
matter what it
breakfast,
says on
to
paper. You
feel
don't actually get many amino
Anyway,
acids out
another
of
thing
them.
that can really help is just including lots of fats from avocados, nuts and seeds, oils. This can really help with both calories and just helping you feel fuller longer. Plus, they're really healthy. And snacking too, as Mike says.
What's healthy about them?
Then he talks about another common problem with going vegan: farts, gas, bloating. I guess farts and gas.
Yes, vegans stink. They're the stinkiest people out there.
I really struggled with gas and bloating for way longer than just a few weeks, but fortunately for me, Beano worked. Even still, some people will continue to struggle with a vegan diet.
Alright, so she admits that she can't digest the food that she eats and now she relies on some pill. Bravo! Humans cannot digest fiber. All of these plants, especially the seeds, have anti-nutrients and toxins that destroy the gut and don't let you digest them. This is why you get bloating and farts. If you only eat raw meat, you don't get any farts at all. Really, if there's any vegan watching this right now, switch to a raw meat diet and you will not have the bloating anymore. Yes, you can be free of it. It's not how you're supposed to feel. Oh boy.
Diet and with gas and bloating, and in that case it's probably a good idea to try to eliminate foods one by one to see if you can find the culprit or culprits. For some people, like those with IBS, the fiber itself can be problematic. And just to be clear, this
fiber is
isn't,
a problem for all
just a
humans.
problem.
IBS
Usually
is just
when
a
you're trying to be healthy, that
consequence
means
of the
eating more
overconsumption of
fruits,
fiber.
vegetables and beans, things with fiber, things with oligosaccharides that can lead to gas and bloating. And I know for my mom, she used to eat Beano every single time she ate broccoli. Every single time before she would eat broccoli, she would take some Beano because it just always gave her gas. And we ate broccoli all the time. And that just never went away. But yeah, gas
It's a man-made
and it's
plant.
not just the sounds and stuff. Again,
You're not
sometimes it can be
supposed to
really,
eat
really
it, that's
painful,
why.
like that sharp, painful
And it's full
gas
of toxins,
bloating and whatnot.
obviously.
That's terrible. And it can make veganism really difficult, if not impossible, for some people.
The amount of gas and flatulence and bloating, God, it's like gross even talking about, but it was really bad. If you have that with any diet, there's no way you're sticking with it.
Again, we really need affordable, clean meat and plant-based meats. He then talks about how he had trouble getting to the gym due to lack of motivation while he was vegan, and he thinks this was because of being vegan. But yeah, going vegan does require quite a bit of dedication. There's a learning curve, at least in the beginning. Any dietary change, any lifestyle change does to varying degrees. Obviously, veganism is going
Right,
to be
because it's not our
be
natural diet.
harder changes to make.
It's something you gotta
especially for
try
someone
to
who
adapt
eats
to, try
kind
to
of a
learn.
standard diet with
It doesn't
meat
come
and animal
naturally.
products at every
Thanks for
single meal.
debunking
But
yourself.
once it's no longer new, once it's actually a habit, like it's such a simple thing. I think I first heard that from Vegan Outreach, where they were like, people will say, well, I can't give up ice cream. It's like, then don't give up ice cream. Just give up everything else. I think it's a really powerful thing, even though it's so simple and you think like, well, why can't people come up with that on their own?
This coming from the woman who admitted to eating chicken
and I think
because she doesn't want to
fair,
throw
it's
it
kind
out.
of
She's a fake
the go
vegan
vegan or
herself,
nothing message
eating
is,
stuff here and
is
there.
kind of promoted by a lot of vegans.
Still,
so
she eats
that
a
doesn't really help
plant-based
either.
diet.
But yeah, I think we
This
get
is why
into
she
this
looks like a
mindset
ghost.
where we don't even realize that we're doing it, that we're thinking vegan or nothing. And so we don't realize that, hey, we can eat vegan except for ice cream. We can eat vegan except for cheddar cheese, except for bacon.
No,
Someone
because
like
that's
me,
not
it's just
vegan
like, hey,
anymore.
can
Then you
still
don't
make
get
a
the
big
malnutrition
difference.
signs.
You don't have to go fully vegan if that's really hard.
Either
You can still
go
make a huge
fully
difference
vegan or
by
don't.
reducing animal product consumption.
Because calling yourself
having
vegan while
as a
eating
goal,
bacon and
down the
cheese
line, but not
doesn't
like
count.
right today, right?
Because you're
That's
still getting the
really
animal
hard. Some of
nutrients.
you, I watched his video about nosebleeds and what to do about nosebleeds, and I'm definitely going to try that. I've never done that before. He said to pinch it at the base of the nose. What?
You're admitting to
I've never done
nosebleeds?
that. I always just I don't put my head back because you will swallow the blood and it's
What
awful.
the fuck?
So I just pinch my nose and kind of just hold it forever and like keep my head
You're sick!
kind of down as I can, and I just like pinch right here really, really hard.
Fucking hypocrite liar.
I'm gonna try that shit because I still get nosebleeds. Not as bad as I used to. God, I used to get like 20, 30-minute nosebleeds. Eesh. Point is, no, honey is not vegan, but
Ah,
isn't on the same
she's
level
just one of the
as
vegans that
meat,
deserves
dairy, or
what she's
poultry.
getting.
No. Degrees of sentience
She's
obviously
completely in denial and
exist,
spreading it.
and there's no question in my mind that the death of a cow holds more ethical weight than the death of a bee. Fortunately, this is changing slowly but surely. There are places like here in Portland where it's pretty hard to find a restaurant that doesn't have at least one, good option for vegans. Again, this isn't.
And you never
the
ask
norm
yourself who's
most
pushing
places in
it.
this country, but it's certainly changing. Just eat more calories and you'll be fine, and sometimes that helps and sometimes it doesn't. Again, some people still have gas for a long time and that can be really, really fucking shitty. Pun intended. Is that a pun? Gas shit? Yeah, I think it is. That can be really crappy.
That laugh
So
is
it's
so
important to be sympathetic,
uncomfortable
and I think
throughout the whole
again,
video.
telling people that hey, you don't have to do this.
It's just a
all
mega
right now.
cringe
If you're
first
really
watching
struggling,
her.
you can take a step back and just try incorporating foods slowly but surely. With the goal of being vegan.
Once again, she shows how ignorant she is, just like in every other video. There's over 50 nutrients that you can't get from plants. Veganism doesn't work for anybody. Some people simply react worse to the fiber, anti-nutrients and toxins in plants. And some react after months or a year, but eventually everybody's digestive system will be destroyed by eating plants because plants don't want to be eaten. Plants have defense mechanisms to protect from animals eating them, and humans are animals. And if you try to eat a plant, it will fight back. And it's not like the vegans eat wild plants, they eat man-made plants, because wild plants are so toxic that you can't even swallow them. They taste so terrible. So this way, vegans get tiny amounts of these toxins by eating these man-made plants over months and years, and in the end, you get what you get. You pay for being this ignorant because she knows that it doesn't work. She has admitted to having terrible menstruation, depression, and the nosebleeds, and who knows what else. She doesn't even mention some of the stuff. Come on, she is unhealthy by every definition of the word. If you eat raw meat, you cannot even have any of these symptoms. Come on, guys, wake up. Thanks for watching.